Hello, welcome back to the reading of the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 2, Chapter 231. Two blind men and a dumb demoniac cured. 28th July 1945. Jesus then goes down into the kitchen, and when he sees that John is about to go to the fountain, instead of remaining in the warm, smoky kitchen, he prefers to go with John. He thus leaves Peter to deal with the fish that Zebedee's servants have just brought in for the supper of the Master and his disciples. They do not go to the spring well at the end of the village, but to the fountain in the square, the water of which still comes from the clear, plentiful spring on the mountainside near the lake. In the square, there are many people, as is customary in Palestinian villages in the evening. Women with amphoras, boys playing, men discussing business or local gossip. Also some Pharisees pass by, surrounded by servants or clients, on their way to their rich homes. Everybody moves aside to let them pass, paying their respect, but as soon as they have gone, many curse them wholeheartedly, mentioning their most recent abuses and usury dealings. Matthew is haranguing his old friends in a corner of the square, and that causes the Pharisee Uriah to remark scornfully in a loud voice, "The famous conversions, but attachment to sin is still there, as can be seen from lasting friendships." Matthew turns round and replies angrily, "They last in order to convert them. There is no need for that. Your master is quite sufficient. You had better stay away, lest you might be taken ill again, presuming you have really been cured." Matthew becomes purple in the effort to control himself and not give him a piece of his mind, and he simply replies, "Do not be afraid, and have no hope." What? Don't be afraid that I may become once again Levi the publican, and have no hope that I may imitate you in order to lose these souls. I leave to you and to your friends to keep contemptuously aloof from other people. I imitate my master, and I approach sinners to lead them to grace. Uriah would like to retort, but another Pharisee, old Eli, arrives and says to him, "Do not contaminate your purity and your tongue, my friend. Come with me." And walking arm in arm with him, he takes him towards his house. In the meantime, the crowd, particularly children, have gathered round Jesus. Among the children, there are Toby and Joanna, the little brother and sister, who one day, a long time ago, were quarreling over some figs. They now say to Jesus, hanging onto his tall body to draw his attention, "Listen, listen. Also today we have been good, you know. We have never cried, and we have not teased each other, for your sake. Will you give us a kiss? So you have been good for my sake. What joy you give me. Here is my kiss, and be even better tomorrow." And there is James, the little fellow who used to bring Matthew's purse to Jesus every Sabbath. He now says to Jesus, "Matthew does not give me anything now for the poor of the Lord, but I have put aside all the money they give me when I am good, and I will give it to you now. Will you give it to the poor on account of my grandfather?" "Of course I will. What is the matter with your granddad?" "He cannot walk any more. He is so old, and his legs will not support him." "Are you sorry for that?" "Yes, I am, because he was my master, and when we went into the country, he told me many things, and he made me love the Lord. Also now he tells me of Job, and he shows me the stars in the sky, but he does that from his chair. It was much nicer before. I will come to your granddad tomorrow. Are you happy now?" And James is replaced by Benjamin, not the boy from Magdala, but the one from Capernaum, the boy I saw in a vision a long time ago. When he arrives in the square with his mother and sees Jesus, he leaves his mother's hand and rushes through the crowd, shrieking like a swallow. And when he arrives in front of Jesus, he embraces his knees, saying, "I want a crest too." Simon and the Pharisee passes by at that moment and bows pompously to Jesus, who responds to his salutation. The Pharisee stops, and while the crowd draw aside as if frightened, Simon says, "And would you not caress me as well?" And he smiles lightly. "I will caress anyone who asks me." "I congratulate you, Simon, on your very good health. I was told in Jerusalem that you were rather ill." "Yes, I was very ill. I wanted you to be cured." "Did you believe that I could cure you?" "I never doubted it. But I had to recover by myself, because you have been away for a long time. Where have you been?" "In the border area of Israel. That is how I spent the days between Passover and Pentecost." "A very successful journey. I heard of the lepers at Hinnom and Siloam. Really wonderful." "Only that?" "Certainly not. But we hear of you through John the priest. He who is not biased believes in you and is happy." "And what about him who does not believe because he is biased? What about him, my wise Simon?" The Pharisee is somewhat upset. He cannot make up his mind. As while he does not wish to condemn his too many friends who are prejudiced against Jesus, he does wish to deserve being praised by Jesus. He decides on the latter alternative and says, "He who does not want to believe in you, notwithstanding all the proofs you give, is condemned." And I wish nobody were. Yes, you do. But we do not return to you the same measure of goodness that you have for us. Too many do not deserve you. Jesus, I would like you to be my guest tomorrow. "I cannot tomorrow. Let us make it 2 days' time. Do you agree?" "I always agree with you." "I will have some friends, and you will have to put up with them if—" "I know. I will come with John." "John only?" "The others have other tasks to attend to. Here they are. They are just coming back from the country." "Peace to you, Simon." "God be with you, Jesus." The Pharisee goes away, and Jesus joins his disciples. They go back home for supper. This has been a reading from the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 2. Chapter 231, Part 1, 2 blind men and a dumb demoniac cured. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow. May God bless you, and may peace be with you.